Father fish got buried in his substrate, setting up a new tank Christmas Eve. You can say there's no way he's down in there, but as for me and Mary, we believe. He'd been carrying too much sand now, and he tipped in with the bag. He wanted to make a deep bed, now he's fertilizing plants instead. When they found him in the morning, in that tank way in the back, he was beneficial down there. The plant roots were never ever looking back. Father fish got buried in his substrate, setting up a new tank Christmas Eve. You can say there's no way he's down in there, but as for me and Mary, we believe. Now we're all so proud of Mary. She's been taking this so well. See her sleeping in with Calvin, changing water and giving guppies crust eggshell. All our tanks suck without Father. An inch of gravel now we hate. And we just can't help but wonder, should we haul those bags of sand and test our fate? Test our fate! Father fish got buried in his substrate, setting up a new tank Christmas Eve. You can say there's no way he's down in there, but as for me and Mary, we believe.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
a good one.
I love it.
She did a good job.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun?
See, she did the song
right.
and the video.
And
I know. And I just did the song and no video. Are you calling me out, Joey?
You get the total package with your
Well, that's my problem. I was like, oh no, a video too.
Yeah, I'm like, she set the bar. Now I gotta go do something.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying my best to get something done.
I just sing and film the aquarium.
Yeah. Well, maybe that could work. You know.
So how are you, ladies?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm
How are you
well.
doing?
I'm trying to maintain a very level balance here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a tumultuous few days, week, whatever. So I'm just trying to chill myself out.
That's all you can do. Try
And
to stay positive.
Christmas is coming, so that's going to be, I don't know what. That'll be worse.
God, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Don't go there.
Right.
Don't go down that
It's
road.
gonna be wonderful.
Oh, yes, of course.
You're gonna have sand.
Cassie and her family are coming this weekend, so that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. We're gonna do an unboxing in about an hour at 9:00 or so. Thomas is going to come here, maybe, and we're going to get the camera rolling. And as part of this live stream, we will do an unboxing.
Oh, that'll be wonderful.
I have here the list of fish that just came in.
Are you checking it twice?
Yeah.
I haven't
See which fish have been naughty and nice.
I can pass through. I've got a lot of bettas, of crown-tail female bettas, black orchid, regular crown-tails, dragon scale crown-tails, half moons, platinum whites, and then lots of cories, including pandas, pygmies, and sturbi, chocolate cichlids, keyhole cichlids, jaguar metaguan cichlids, German blue rams, and then feeder comets, live blackworms, assorted rabbit snails, silver hatchets, and albino and black mystery snail. So that's today's
Wow.
order. So that should be
That
fun.
would be great.
Yeah. That should be fun.
They saying the stream is running late. Well, we were being chatty as is our want. We tend
No, we were on time.
Not us.
Come on, 8.
It had to have been close.
yeah, we watch it. We watch it. We watch it pretty carefully.
Yeah, Father Fish doesn't let us chat. He's like, we're going on. Okay.
Yeah.
We do.
Starts cracking
Sometimes
the
we're
whip about
6
30
minutes
seconds
late.
ahead.
So
He's very business some mornings. 8 o'clock, going live.
This is one of those mornings. He's trying to be real serious. He's reeling it in.
He seems in a good mood today, so all is good.
who else is here? J Dog,
Oh, there's lots of people here.
Tennessee Water, Chalupa, David Samsel.
Cassandra
who
Case is here
does-
and looks new.
What?
Sorry.
Cassandra Case is new. Thank you for coming.
Thank
I
you.
feel like I've seen her before. Did I tell the story about Case? How I got the nickname Case? That's why I feel like I've seen her before.
Oh, okay.
It reminded me of my German soccer coach who called me Case.
Oh. Why?
Cassandra.
Just as an
I think it
special
was
reason?
a disconnect because she was German and
Okay.
I never heard Cass, and she just kept saying Case.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if there was a special reason. But I get it.
I didn't care. I was like, whatever. But all my teammates were like, no, it's Cass. And they, you know how kids try to correct adults. And I was like, it's fine, guys. It's fine.
Doesn't always go well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, don't make a big deal. It's fine.
Right. My life will get worse.
So we were all traumatized this morning by Lee's new video.
Oh, I missed it. I saw the notification. Chose not to watch.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, well, you're in for a treat.
Okay.
I saw like the thumbnail. I'm like, what's that about?
Well, he went to the barber. He got his beard trimmed.
Oh,
Nice.
That's not what the video's about. It's about his tank
yeah.
and how he is completely decimating this spectacular tank he's built up over the last couple of years. Actually, that's not true at all.
Right.
He was a little apprehensive about what I would think, but I think what he's doing is brilliant and very effective and reasonable, and something that we all do. We try to improve the appearance of our aquariums. He has spent a long time looking at that tank, thinking about it, and making some decisions, and I think the decisions he's made are very good, and I think it's going to be, I think it'll be very different, but I think it'll be very effective. Milligan and Sons. Did you see that killifish eggs went to space yesterday? No, it didn't. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I did see that.
Really? Did they leave next to? Did they leave from where Cassie lives?
They did, I believe.
Probably. I heard a launch
Yeah, there was a launch
days
yesterday.
ago.
They launched killifish eggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what they will do is they will introduce them into the water when they get up there, when they're in space. So they'll be studying the effect of weightlessness, which is rather odd, actually, because the nature of fish in water is that they are, relatively speaking, weightless.
Mm-hmm.
You still have the effect of water pressure, even in space. So it'll be interesting.
Really is.
I've hatched out killies like that in like test tubes, and it's always interesting. You can put a killing egg that's been dry for 6 months to a year in water, and it'll hatch in an hour. It's very quick.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. But once they hatch out, if there's no food there, they die just as quickly. So they have to be able to eat right away. They have no reserves at all.
So
And try to
literally, I mean, a lot of babies, you can, if you get food to them within 2 or 3, 4 hours, they're okay, but they need food immediately.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
they should have set up some blind.
another fish that's the same way are the clowns, the saltwater clowns. When they hatch, they have no reserves. But most of those fish float to the top. So in the ocean, a lot of the gobies and a lot of the um, what are the tangs,
Mm-hmm.
their eggs will float to the top and they'll hatch in that top surface. The top inch or two of the ocean surface is the richest environment in the ocean. It's thick with life. So that's where all the baby eggs go, and all the babies when they hatch, right up to the surface, and they may live up there for weeks or months before they get big enough to drop to the bottom, and actually they're really not fish at that stage. They're more like a zygote. They're very primitive, um, but they're also extremely tiny.
So, just getting back to the killies for a second. So, basically, what you're saying is if you are going to hatch them, you need to have live food ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't play around with it. You need to be ready to go.
Got to be ready to go. Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah, and the way to do it is to hatch them in water that has microscopic life in it.
Perfect.
So it's paramecium and the like, just microscopic stuff.
Can they eat something as large as a microworm, or is that too?
No, that's much too big.
Too big.
They are as tiny as a baby tetra, a tiny tetra. They're very,
I've never
very
hatched them.
small. Yeah, very tiny fish. So they need very tiny food, but and the food needs to be right in front of their nose. They're not going to chase it because they can't see anything. So it's got to be right there, right there, and literally in trying to get into their mouth.
Well, it's interesting because some fish, when they hatch out, they don't eat for a day or two.
Well,
for
that's
various
true.
reasons.
Well, most of the most cichlids, nearly all cichlids,
Right.
they hatch and it takes days for them to become free swimming. It's because they're hatching out of the egg early. Um, Other fish may take a week to hatch because they're developing more to the stage where they're actually able to swim when they hatch out. Most cichlids cannot swim when they hatch.
Exactly.
They hatch out too early. They hatch out with a big egg yolk attached. And so we call them wigglers. They lay on the bottom and kind of wiggle, but they can't move because that egg yolk is holding them down. It's too heavy. But then as they absorb it, they continue to develop. They develop organs, eyes, fins, so forth.
Exactly.
So that by the time it's absorbed, they're able to come up off the bottom and swim.
And they can usually eat something like a microworm. Most of that, they can eat something a little bit larger.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, and there are other fish like a good example is the mouth rooters. Mouth rooters are the same way. They like the African Malawis. The female will hold the eggs in her mouth. The eggs will hatch, and it'll be the same thing. There'll be this tiny, tiny sliver of a fish sitting on top of a giant egg, a giant yolk, if you will. And as that yolk is absorbed and the fish develops, the fish gets bigger and the yolk gets smaller until finally they're able to swim out. But she doesn't release them until they're able to swim.
Yep. And that's interesting, but that's her way of protecting them.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So,
they get that chance
well,
to
and if you
swim.
watch a female with eggs, she'll be in kind of hiding mode. Uh, she
Right.
stays toward the bottom, stays in more hidden locations, stays kind of out of traffic, if you will, isolates herself because she could very easily be chased down and the eggs forced out of her mouth, and then everybody would have a party eating them all.
Right. Yep. I can see
Did
that.
anybody find out what Jess's new invention is to protect the eggs? Did she say yet? Or I think she's trying to come out with a video probably for it.
Okay, maybe she just wants to do it in the video. I'm not sure.
Probably. I just
Probably.
didn't know if anyone heard her say it. She's
If she
come up
wants
with
to share, I
something to
guess she'll
keep the eggs
say it.
protected from the adults.
Mm-hmm.
What is Milligan and Sons talking about? Oh, the the star flight.
Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, he's going to share the post he said. I didn't see it on Spaceflight Now, so I was curious.
I saw it going off, but that's all I saw.
Yeah, it went off 2 days ago. I mean, that was the last launch. It was
I heard there were some substantial problems with the station. That there are some breakdowns that are occurring that are going to take months to repair, and some discussion about the fact that it may be reaching the point where it's no longer able to maintain it.
It might be. Time to build new. Time to build better.
Well,
As Gina's mentioning, it, you know,
Who knows what's up there
everybody gets
now
the
that we
thumbs up.
don't know about? I'm just saying.
yeah. Do.
I'm
So
not
I
allowed
was
to know
talking.
about that secret stuff.
Right.
I'm just told there is secret stuff. I'm like,
Well,
okay, I'd like
Yes,
to know
I'm
more.
sure he can't share with you.
Tell me. No, you can't share it.
Right.
And same with my dad. I'm like, oh Lord, I live in a family with secrets. No one will
Can't
tell
talk
me
about their work.
anything.
Yeah.
When I had a clearance, I didn't get to know any of that stuff. I knew nothing. I was like, meh.
I think, yeah, my parents didn't talk about super important things in front of us, you know. Not back then.
Oh, I never knew anything as a kid.
Right. They didn't let you know anything other than the 5 things you needed to know.
Right.
And kids
Yeah.
were to be seen and not heard back in our generation.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I lived in my room with my turtle tanks, so I wouldn't be seen or heard.
Yeah.
And my briar horses.
No.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's cold out today. My thermometer said 42
Yes, it
degrees.
is.
Oh, it's
A little
chilly
chilly
here.
out
Last
here.
time I looked, it was 28 degrees here.
I don't think my heater's working. It seemed like it was heating up the tank to 75, but today it's not heating. I'm not taking it out because I'm like, I need it. If it is working a little bit, I need it in there.
Well, reach your hand in there and feel it. See if there's
This
any
morning it
movement.
wasn't. It was like 71 degrees this morning,
Yeah.
which was room temperature ish. Maybe a couple degrees warmer than room temperature.
Yeah. You're not feeling confident.
No, I'm not seeing the light go on. So if the light's
David
on,
Stensel says in Pennsylvania, where he is, it's 15 degrees.
Yeah.
Chris Stubbings is saying minus 20 centigrade with wind chill.
he's up
Chris
in
also
Canada.
said
Yeah.
he got up early to watch you today, to watch the Father Fish show.
Chris did.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is he located? Do you know?
Thank you. I think
He's in Canada. But he's probably, 2 hours behind us?
Right.
So it's early for him.
The more western.
He's like Alex.
Yeah.
If Alex stays up or wakes up early, he joins
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 6 a.m. for Al, or 5, I guess.
5, more like 5, yeah.
Good morning, Lori, and thanks for dropping links as usual.
Yes, thank you, Lori.
She's the
You
best.
betcha.
And others that are dropping links also. I don't mean to leave anybody out. We appreciate it. Because it's hard for us to do while we're talking.
They do when Lori's not here, but
Yes.
Gina
But
is
sometimes they
good
do
job
it.
picking up the
They
slack.
do it with her.
Hey, Gina, you're the one who's like on the northern part of Montana. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no extra heaters here in Florida. We're just like used to the warm weather. This is my first winter where I usually keep the house warm. So, or I've got the space heater in the fishy bedroom, keeping that room warm.
GRB is 13 hours ahead of us.
I know, and always on watching these shows. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very hot there.
88
Oh,
degrees.
even Australia. I forget.
Right now,
I thought
it's very
maybe
hot.
UK. Yeah. Yeah, T-Bone was saying it was becoming summer for y'all.
Right.
Right.
We're going we're winter. You guys should be summer.
Really.
I have not seen any questions. Have you, Cassie or Mary?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
I
I'm
can
just
pull
making
up
sure.
questions
I
from my
hadn't missed
phone.
anything.
Not even any substantive comments to
I
speak.
guess between the three of us, somebody's going to find a question.
I got lots of questions. A lot of people wanted to know how to cure ick in a planted tank.
Really?
I'd like to go over how to cure ick in a
Yeah,
planted
who's raising that?
Just somebody.
Somebody.
Just somebody. We're not saying.
Just
somebody
someone.
would like to
I
know.
got it. All right. Well,
Just pulling up questions since no one's asking.
if that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah, we just want to hear you talk.
Very simple. Ick is a parasite. It's a parasite that lives in North America. It's a cold water parasite. It's not a tropical parasite. There is no ick in Central and South America. Maybe some in Central, but I doubt it. No ick at all in South America. So why is that? That is because it cannot survive in warm water. It has to have cold water. What does cold water mean? Well, cold means anything under 85 degrees. Typically in the 70s or even in the 60s, it will flourish. So it becomes a very simple matter then to control it by simply raising the temperature. So what temperature do you need to raise the water to in order to kill the ick? Yes, ma'am.
86 degrees.
86 degrees. Thank you, Joey. Very good.
82.
86 degrees.
86.
Now,
Kill it.
82 will control it, won't kill it.
Mhm.
86 will kill it. What happens to your fish and plants at 86 degrees? Anyone?
Nothing.
I
You
think
might
they'll
need
be
to increase
fine.
your aeration.
Nothing, right?
What I think hurts them is when people add salt to try to help with the ick.
Yeah, salt doesn't really help control it. What salt does is slow down the metabolism of the fish, which really doesn't do anything much to control ick.
Yeah. But if you have a tank that's highly stocked, you might need to increase your aeration.
Yes, right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that's a very important consideration.
Yes.
The tank behind Joey is a case in point, where she has a lot of fish, a lot of big fish in that tank.
But I would say that's if you don't have any aeration at all. Like, I don't think you need to add like a second air stone.
Sometimes you do
have
though, Cassie. If you have a lot of fish, sometimes you do.
If you have a lot of fish, I don't overstock. So
Yeah, if it's a few fish, it's not critical. But if it's heavily stocked, and a
It's
good
like
example,
this.
yeah, like that, or another kind of fish that people typically overstock is Malawi cichlids.
Mm-hmm.
And Malawi cichlids tend to do better in an overstocked tank because it diffuses the aggression. They, they don't know who to beat up on next,
You
so
got it.
they tend to ignore each other. But there's a catch-22 with that because the African cichlid, the Malawi cichlid, is a very oxygen intensive fish. It's on the move quite a lot. It's extremely energetic. It's burning calories, burning up oxygen. And so, unless you have a really a lot of a lot of movement in the water, you're going to run in trouble with a lot of Africans in in a tank, such that when you heat the water up, it increases the fish's metabolism, which causes it to demand more oxygen. So in those cases, you really have got to have excess um, movement in the water.
Which is the reason I lost my whole tank of Africans when my heater malfunctioned and went up to 105 degrees. They literally did not have enough oxygen.
Right.
I could see it. They were.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They come to the top, they're gasping,
not the
they're
heat.
falling. Yeah, not the heat so much as the lack of O2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true. A tank that fouls causes the same thing. A tank that fouls, the bacteria burn up oxygen, and so you wind up again with an oxygen deprivation. A tank that goes foul for 24 hours is going to have dead fish in it, and it'll die all the way down to one. The last fish will remain. And why does that last fish remain? Because there's enough. Pardon?
He's the toughest.
He's the toughest. Well, he may well be. He's there's enough dissolved oxygen coming into the water for him to be able to survive.
Yeah.
One, but not two.
Mm-hmm. See, Joey, that would have never been allowed. Like, we would have gotten we would have gotten told we weren't allowed to design for things to fail like that. Like, they should fail off.
I wish it
not fail hot.
Because I had some beautiful fish, but it literally was fine at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then when I went back to feed them around 10-ish, I went, because they're in the dining room, I went to open the dog gate and I looked and it was nothing but a tank of dead fish. Except for the 3 convicts that survived.
That and just keep raising and raising and getting hotter and hotter unless it fries the circuits in there, it should shut off.
I have no idea, but it was, I
don't know enough about heaters.
I could feel it when I got near the tank. I could feel
the
But see, if you have a digital heater, there's logic in there that'll tell it to fail. If it's failing, to just shut it off.
Yeah.
So
I had a heater with a probe. I had a heater probe, and the probe came out, which caused the heater to never shut down, and it pushed the temperature up well over 100. I had a tank full of frontosa, big frontosa, a bunch of them, and I panicked and started throwing ice cubes in to drop the temperature and killed them. If I had simply cut the thermostat off and allowed the temperature to go down naturally, there's a good chance I would have saved them. But by shocking them that way, they just rolled over. It was too much stress on them.
But that's what we do. I mean, we panic, and I get it. and think
Right,
we've got to
right.
fix it
Mhm.
immediately.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
and it teaches you an important lesson, which is, when something's gone wrong, take a breath.
Right.
You know, take a breath. Stop before you do anything. Don't do anything. Stop and look.
Yeah.
That extra 20 seconds of looking at what's going on could make all the difference in the world, because your first reaction may not be the right one. It may be the wrong
Right.
thing to do. And that frequently is the case. When you panic, you rarely make the right decision. Um, and if you don't panic, it's because you know what you're doing. You've been there, you've done that, you know the right thing to do. You just move right into it.
Right.
But if you go, oh my God, and just start doing things, you're probably going to mess up. So
Yeah.
sit down, shut up, cross your arms, look at it, if only for a minute, until you are able to kind of get control of yourself, think about what's going on, and then move forward and take action. But if it's a situation you've never encountered before, don't assume that simply by doing things you're going to fix it. You're probably not. Of the 10,000 things you can do, there are only two that are going to be the right one. The rest of them are going to be wrong. So there are way too many options to do wrong than there are to do right.
Yes. So I was just going to say, so I got you off on a tangent when I started with the aeration, but back on the 86 degrees and getting rid of ick in your tank.
Yeah,
We come all the way around.
all the way around. Right. Well, let's
They
get this right.
show up on heaters.
So ick is a parasite. Ick is a parasite that lives in cold water. Typically, you get ick when the water temperature drops. If it gets down below 80, gets down around 75, and that's unusual, you may very well get ick. And you may get it in a tank that has remained isolated for years. I firmly believe that ick comes in through the air, that it's in the dust we breathe, that there's somehow our tiny little egglets. I don't know. That's probably wrong, but it sure seems that way.
I
I've
mean,
had it out of absolute nowhere.
I'm not scientific, you know that, but I always felt it was in your tank existing, and then when the conditions, you know, became just right and the fish was stressed, it had a chance to get through the slime coat and
It seems that
jump
way.
on. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it seems that way. The scientists tell us that's not true. But I don't always believe scientists, because scientists are
Right.
always working from a disprove kind of position. They're always
Yeah.
trying to say that ain't right,
Right.
and I'm going to prove it ain't right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
This is my
their
theory.
mission.
Say what, Cassie?
Ugh. Right. Yeah. I agree.
Right. Anyway, so once the temperature reaches 86, um, then the little parasite says, "Oh no!" and he backs out of the fish because the fish is getting warm. So he must have figured out he somehow got into something that's warm blooded. So he backs out. And then he gets into the water column. Oh no, it's still too hot. And he tries to find a cool place and he can't because the water's too hot. And he just sort of spirals to the bottom and dies.
I love how you know what's going on in their heads.
Oh, the fish whisperer, right?
It must be because you know sign language.
Yeah.
Must
Did
be
you watch?
with it.
Did you watch my new video about the inquisitive angels, the curious angels? I need to rename it the curious angels. Yeah, I think it's fun to do that. I think it's fun um, to assign consciousness to uh, to animals, because they really are conscious. There may be for our purposes, a very limited degree, but they're fully conscious.
Mhm.
They may not understand a lot. They know what they're dealing with typically. But the angels were fun. We put a camera in there, and they just couldn't leave it alone. They kept coming over to it and looking at it, going, coming back and looking. Obvious curiosity.
Oh yeah, but you got good footage that way.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And it kind of made the case. What we were looking for was to try to video the fish in a natural kind of behavioral mode,
Uh-huh.
and that's exactly what we got. It's just
Well,
that we were part of the experiment.
until they get used to you and start ignoring you.
Just-
Realize that the camera's not food.
Yeah, which would have taken or a predator, one or the other.
Right. I feel they're very nosy. Fish are nosy. They want
Fish
to
are
know.
nosy. Yeah, they want to know
what's
what's
going
going
on.
on.
They do.
You bet. I need to take a little break here. What time is
All
it?
right.
All right.
If-
8:30. Be
When you
back
come
in a
back,
minute.
we've got a question.
Hang in there, girls. All right.
You're hanging in. On your every word, we're hanging
we're
in.
hanging out.
Oh,
Mary
God,
is
Gina.
on the chat. She's always on the chat.
Goodness, Gina had one of those Alex moments. She electrocuted herself with
Oh, yeah, that's not
my
good.
hot water tank one time. Okay, unplug that heater, guys, before you put your hand in there.
It's a real emphasis on shocking, right?
So did
So
GRB.
how did
He
that
said, I
feel?
want
Probably not good.
I'm not sure I want to experience
you
that.
ever,
No.
I have gotten jolted by working on outlets at the house. My dad was like, we were redoing the outlets in our kitchen. I forget what we were doing. We had to take them out. My dad didn't unplug the power. And he told me like what to do, so I didn't do that. And I somehow my screwdriver like hit ground, and yeah, I got a little zap.
Yep.
I think I screamed. My immediate reaction was more like a chipmunk, and I was like, ah! And I got off, but yeah, you can't
I think
control yourself.
Not
And
only
what
does
comes
it,
out of you.
does it shock you, but it scares you. Yeah, so you
No,
almost
that's just
overreact.
I wasn't screaming. That's just like what came out when I got
Yeah.
shocked, and I made this chipmunk noise.
Mary's gonna understand this one.
It wasn't really painful.
If
can I guess?
testing the fence charger.
I was getting ready to tell y'all one that I did.
Oh yeah,
And
Oh,
somebody's
yeah.
like, "Is it working?" You know,
is that
Yeah.
what horses?
Oh, yes.
You're getting skinny.
You guys have
Actually-
electric fences for horses?
oh
Keep
yeah,
up
and it
with-
sends out
yes.
a pulse. And you can get chargers that'll do like 5 miles. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like I don't know, what are they? 120 volts or something? I mean, they're
Yeah.
crazy. And
I know with dogs people do that, and
Yeah,
it doesn't.
do
It works or it
this.
doesn't.
Yeah, an animal, they sense it.
They
They
go
won't even
past
get
it.
near it unless they're
So-
running wild.
the worst shock I ever got was, okay, this is back in the 80s, wind pants with zippers. I went to undo the fence and the wind was blowing and it was that ribbon fencing with the wire in it.
Yep.
And I grabbed the horse and I had the handle and that fence came down and hit that zipper. It left a red mark all the way up my body
Oh wow!
onto the
I
horse.
was going to tell you, I was crossing a fence one time and I had a little thing to pull it down so I could step over it.
Mhm.
Well, the little thing that I pulled broke and it came right up between my and I was straddled it. I fell off the
Ouch.
fence. My mother-in-law was watching out the kitchen window and she was watching me down there in the field and I just went rolling down the hill.
No, those fence charges are
Isn't that
lethal.
nice?
Right.
Wait, what was this? So it's just cookies?
No, my son made peanut butter crackers for himself.
How nice.
Oh, that's
Oh, I
nice.
love that.
He watched me do it yesterday.
That's a good
All right.
He did it by himself today.
Good job.
I like peanut butter crackers and coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I forgot the end of that story. My dad just laughed at me. I was like, Dad, I just got shocked. You want to turn the power off now? And he's like, no.
But Cassie,
Just be
that's
careful.
what everybody does.
Just
When
be
somebody
more
gets
careful.
shocked, they laugh at it.
As long as you don't touch ground, you're fine.
Right.
It's just when you do,
Well, I was hanging on to a horse.
Coffee
It's
is
so hard.
getting a new 2-foot cube tank. Some comes soon. Need stocking ideas. Oh dear.
Oh,
A 2-foot cube. That's a nice sized tank. 2 by 2 is 4 2 is 8 is 60. About a 60-gallon tank. Nice. 2 by 2 by 2.
yeah.
What do
It's
you?
funny.
What do you?
People laugh at our pain.
what am I cackling at?
840 big city betas is telling her story when
Yeah,
her
I was
sister laughed
reading
at
that.
her.
That's funny. Yeah.
Y'all want to get Chalupa's question, and then there's another one at 8:40 from Buhan.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mary.
Chalupa. Yeah, I've got chalupas.
Yeah, I'd get that one.
Yeah, Chalupa wanted to know how long before my aquarium lily is officially dead. I'm at 6 weeks, no roots or any sign of life.
I
I'm
don't
guessing that
understand.
maybe he planted the bulb and is waiting for shoots to come out.
The bulb's been planted, and it's been
Maybe
in the
upside
aquarium
down.
for 6 months, and it hasn't grown.
How
I've
long?
had
Well, if the bulb is dead, it
Mhm.
will rot.
right.
Or planted upside down.
It could be upside down.
You
That's
don't know which way. Like I
not
had
hard
that.
to do.
I didn't know which way was up or down, and I just guessed.
A dead bulb rots. It'll be, and it'll stink. It'll stink real bad until it turns into an empty shell. So you can tell pretty easily if it's still hard and firm, it's still alive. It may just be dormant. You might take it out if it's in there a couple of weeks and not doing anything. Take it out, put it in a baggie, and let it sit on the shelf for a month, and then put it back in. Most of these bulbs have to go through a dry period in order to kind of recharge. And it may be that's what you're dealing with. They don't always jump right up.
Yeah.
You know, I got 3 shipments of bulbs in over the last couple of months. 2 of them, every single bulb died within a week of being in the tanks. Just every one of them rotted out. Did not. I don't think I got one that survived. By the 3rd shipment, every single one of them have grown and are thriving. So, it may have more to do with where they're coming from than what you're doing with them.
Yeah.
But again, if it's hard, if it still has its integrity, it's still alive. And if it's not doing anything, try taking it out and drying it out a bit. Drying it out for a couple of weeks, a month, whatever, and then put it back in the water, and it should jump right up.
Fishon said that they had one in an aquarium for 3.5 years. It sat in my aquarium looking like a coconut, but it finally sprouted.
Interesting. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a long time.
Yeah, it is a long
I think
time.
that's a good point. Is if they're not rotting, just leave them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just.
But it's
throw
like,
them
how
out.
do you know which way's up and which way's down? I think maybe if you plant it sideways, then it'll sprout that way and go that way. So that might be a good way.
Depends on the type of bulb. The Aponogeitans all have a growing tip. They have, and at the other end of that growing tip is a kind of a flattened surface where the roots come out. But you should be able to look at it and determine where the growing tip is, because all the leaves will come out of that tip. Now that's not true for Madagascar lace, for example. No, yes it is. I'm sorry, it's not true for the Java temple. They will sprout. Oh, they're like a potato. They'll send sprouts out and the sprouts each will. They could have 3 or 4 or 5 all at once on that ball. But generally, with the Aponogetans, there's a growing tip, and the leaves come out of that tip.
I just ordered a dwarf red lily, and it came in the mail in just a cup. There was no paper towel around it, nothing, so it came dry. I don't know if it was supposed to be water in there.
No, it's okay.
It came dry. It smelled like earth, so it smelled good. You know, I knew it wasn't rotten or anything. I was like, oh, it smells good. And there wasn't anything protruding from it, so I'm like, it looked like an egg. There was no way to tell which way was up and down.
There is no up or down.
I just stuck it in there, and I'm like, well, we'll see. I left a little bit uncovered, and then I think 3 or 4 days later, a leaf started coming out of it. So it was good.
Yeah, the analogy of a potato is a good analogy for how that plant grows.
Okay.
It gets buds.
That's what it looked like
on the bulb, and it may have more than one. It may be 3 or 4. And the other thing is, once it gets established, it'll break off, and you can grow that plant separately then from the main um, potato, the root mass. Thomas is here, so we're going to get set up to do this opening. This box opening.
Are you gonna
unboxing
end this stream and then start another one with that?
No, we're gonna continue this stream. So just stay on.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted us to drop down so you could do.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I won't be here probably. I'll be in back, but you'll be able to comment on it as we go along, and be able to deal with comments as they come up.
Will you hear us still?
Say what?
Will you hear us still if you want us to try to what's going on in the chat?
I don't know. I probably will. Okay. I'll probably hear you.
Okay.
Hey, Father Fish, while you're getting set up, I don't know if you've got time. It's up to you. But Chubb said he'd like to come up and show us his tank.
Okay. We can.
Yeah, he can come up and show his tank while you get ready. If you want to do that, Chubbs.
Let me get a.
And we had the one question left from Bohan, but Petra, I think, is helping.
What is that? What's the question?
Oh, shoot. I lost it now.
Yeah, you said that, but I didn't find the question. Sorry, Mary.
It's all right. Find it.
Here's Chubbs. There he is.
Good morning, Chubbs.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
How are you?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I'm good.
Do you still want me to tell you the question real quick?
Oh, just hold on a minute.
Okay.
Petra Man is calling me.
Goodness.
Right.
Petra, join in.
Barb's looking
Barb's right there.
When it rains, it pours.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead, Petra Man.
Okay, what the other person was asking you was, is a 120 gallon tank good for a Christmas tank? I went under and answered him.
Oh, good. Right.
He never responded.
Okay. Yeah, the question was.
That's a tank that I'm going to buy when I go to Florida.
Yeah. The 120 is a great tank for discus.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. Wonderful. How are you doing?
It's nice talking to you again, Father Fish.
Thank you. You too. Take care. We got Chubbs up. We're gonna look. We're looking at his tank here.
Look at the barbs.
They look great.
Thank you,
Filament barbs.
Lovely.
Back there, some golden top minnows.
Look at them hiding back there.
Where are the golden top minnows, Chubbs?
And
there's one behind the heater.
Okay, I was like, I really want to see this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay.
Male, probably.
Yeah, that's the female.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, that's the male.
Is it?
Well, I always hear about them, but I've never actually seen
Yeah.
any.
Yeah.
There's a beta.
Oh,
Nice.
Dumbo half moon female.
oh, she's beautiful.
Pretty.
Motherfish.
There you go. It's a male and a
Yeah.
female.
Cool.
Good, Vanessa. How are you?
Do you really like them, Chubbs?
Beautiful chubs.
Yeah.
I do. I can't do it.
There's another golden top right there.
Why don't you fill it? No, you fill it. Go ahead and
It's one of
do
the
it.
babies.
I need 200 bunch plants. Yeah. And just
You
give
see
me a minute.
Panagitan coming up through here.
Yeah.
Oh, the
And
plants look great.
Mm.
Yeah, they're doing awesome.
Yeah.
water spray.
And,
And
Rosen Maiden.
no big bacopa.
And,
It's
Or,
beautiful.
no,
What's
no.
that
I mean,
thing that
no,
look like
no big
fingers
like Fuji, I
on the
mean.
bottom of your
Yeah.
Boy, that new light is just really doing it, isn't it?
look at that
But-
Luigia dark red.
yeah. That's good.
Type stuff.
Speaking of new light,
Mine
Yeah.
is a little red, but not quite.
Just a good
like
mix. All right. Thank you. That's
Made
it.
Just
I
make it
finally got the other one.
Those are
Yeah,
some good sized
okay.
lights.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
got these nice lights on it.
Yeah.
Looking good, Chubbs. Looking good.
It does look good.
Yep, yep.
Nice.
Gorgeous.
You see that Panagitan right there coming up out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were in.
Taiwan lily.
I like those two plants.
You see the bulb
Yep.
right down there.
They are such a great. I love those plants.
I can't
yeah.
believe how they've grown in.
The Crispins. I think it's a Crispins.
This script right here is Purple Silver Queen Tiger.
Oh, wow.
Neat.
Long name.
And this is the Rosen Maiden
What is
Crypnarii.
What is that thing that looks like fingers?
What, right there?
Yeah.
That's ramhorn snail.
That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Snails. I'm like, what is this? This looks so
Mhm.
weird.
Are you
Yep, I
online?
got a bunch of them in here. Yeah, you can see how much this tank's growing up.
It
Oh,
has.
Cubs, it is
It
just
absolutely
growing in
is.
so beautifully.
Yeah, it's doing really well.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to do a trim on it, and all the trimming that I'm going to plant on this side.
Oh, cool.
Finally
Yeah.
got another light for it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got plenty
That's
of light.
awesome.
And then see all the baby purple mosaics, guppies,
Look at that.
and
Oh,
big
yeah.
ear purple mosaics.
Good
Oh,
grief.
yeah.
Oh,
That's my kind of tank right
They're
there.
growing.
yes.
And then here's the sheephead minnow.
Oh. Okay.
Did you collect
Yeah.
any of these fish yourself?
Yeah, I collected them.
Yeah, I collected those. I need to get some. I got to get out there and collect some.
Do you still have your
Did they-
gobies in your tub?
Yeah, I still got the gobies.
Those are neat.
I actually have a couple Oscars down here
Huh.
Oh,
that I'm holding on to for somebody. And this is the, well, you can't really see them right now, but that's the what is in there now? Daphnia. Daphnia
Oh,
goes
right.
right there.
Yeah, see
And
them
you can see the mono shrimp.
yep, there he is.
about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
A nice, a dark one.
Yep.
Looks
Yeah,
kind
she-
of dark.
She's buried up too.
I
He
was
is.
gonna say, she's buried.
Yep.
Yeah,
Now,
I
will
wish
you
I had the
want
time to
that
deal with
thing?
them.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
Look at her.
So what are you
Oh,
feeding?
I love
Chubbs?
her.
I'm just curious.
What do I feed them?
Yeah, what are you feeding?
Mostly this.
That's what I got.
That, the bug bites, and rapashi, all kind of stuff. And this overgrown
Daphne.
mess right here.
That's a jungle.
Wow.
You and Lee need to get on it. Y'all should do it together. Lee's wanting to deal with his jungle.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
It's good as long as I guess the light's strong enough to get down to the bottom.
That's fabulous. Oh, I dream of the day. Mine's starting to get pretty filled up now, but it could do a little bit more.
There's the tiger lotus.
So,
Yeah.
yep.
Pretty.
That's a question I have on the tiger lotus and lilies. When it starts shooting the one up, should I trim that off to keep it from bushing, to keep it bushy? I've heard that
No,
before.
you.
Yeah, well, if you cut the top one, if you cut the top leaves off, the lilies itself,
Yeah.
Okay.
If you cut those off, it'll just get bushy underneath the water and stop trying to grow.
Okay.
To
That's
get
what
to the
I
top of the
did.
water.
like this.
I cut the ones that kept going and shading the rest of the plant.
Yeah.
I would cut that one. I've
It's
done.
just now shot the
Hello?
first one up like that. You know, the first
Hello,
one.
Thomas B.
I was going to ask you about yours because yours seems to stay so
have another
short,
guess.
Mary.
Yep.
Mine likes to grow tall.
Well, mine's only about 3 months old.
Mine's
Yep.
as old as yours, less.
Oh,
It's
okay.
younger, but it grows tall.
Let's see. Trying to see if we can see it back here.
But I
If you
have a
scroll
low
down,
light on there. It might grow tall
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the low light.
It might, yeah.
nope, can't see it.
Wonderful.
But yep, and then the gobies and everything's in this tub here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Around a lot of the plants.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. You got it
I like how you
decorated
cut
all up.
that.
Do you keep
Nice.
the water in that bromeliad and in the flower?
Love it.
What's that? Yeah, I water all the flowers with tank water.
Because I know the bromeliads, they need water in their leaves.
Yeah.
There's Thomas.
All right, we got
I know.
Thomas up. We're going to
Yeah.
go do an
That's
unboxing.
all I got.
Thank you, Chubbs.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you,
All right,
Chad.
Very
y'all have a
nice.
good one.
Love it.
Looking
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Love
See
you.
y'all later.
Bye, Tim.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Later.
Take care.
Hello, Thomas.
All right.
Good morning,
Here's
Sam.
Thomas. Let's see. Let me get
Oh,
this
good.
up.
We're in the store. Yay.
We're in the store. And there
So
he
you're going
is.
to head back there, right, Father Fish?
I'm going to head back there. Right. He's coming up here to see me right now.
Okay.
And we're going to go back and we're going to do our unboxing.
All right.
Here he is. Hi there. Okay. All right. So you guys carry on here, and we're gonna see what's in the box.
Okay.
A little fail coming up there. I found that in a koi pond.
Right. That was weird. That chameleon, tiny little thing.
You found a chameleon?
Is that all cool?
Yeah, we found a chameleon in the koi pond.
It was sitting on a little piece of wood, floating in the pond. And I said, "Gee, can they float?" So Thomas put it in the water, and it sank to the bottom. So Lord knows how that happened. Okay.
Hello, Betsy.
How can we share that out onto YouTube that there's a live unboxing going on right now? I just shared it to Facebook.
I don't think you can because it's set up as part of the live stream right now.
I don't know, I've seen something like
Okay.
maybe it was Aquarium Cop shares out things like that. Like I'll see a community post or something from him, but I don't think I can do that. We've got 48 watching, y'all. If you would, please hit that like button. We have 33 likes. And this is exciting. This is what I've been waiting on the whole time. If I don't see the chat now, I think we should spend every day at least a little bit of time in the store.
I know, Mary. I told Joey you just want to walk through
Oh,
the door
I
every
would
day.
do anything. I would do anything to go there and help
Yeah,
him
the
out.
problem though, I think, is he would need Thomas to film so he could walk through. So
Yep.
it takes two of them.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It really helps having Thomas.
Thomas is
Oh,
there
this is
early
wonderful.
enough.
Okay, here he goes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch my TV. I can't see.
I
Okay.
don't think he can hear us either, and we can't hear them for some reason.
No.
I'm not hearing Thomas
We can see well.
Yeah, that's all right. As long as we can see.
quietly.
You guys hear us at all?
Oh,
We can
now I
now.
hear
Now
you.
we can. Okay, I'll be in the chat, but I'm watching on my TV.
Okay.
Whatever you just did, Thomas.
Yeah.
We heard you, and then like you went away, and then you came back.
All right. What I'm doing is I'm taking the water, separating the water from the fish because the water's kind of mucky, and I don't want to put it in my tank. So we'll get all the fish out of here. Go into one.
Did you guys catch what he just said?
Yep. Well, I did.
Perfect.
Just a tiny bit muffled.
Una más.
You might have to repeat Father Fish, Thomas, because we're not.
Oh, he's just putting him in over here.
Okay.
If he says something other than like that, I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Kind of just narrating himself at the moment.
You
ordered 1,000 goldfish.
That is a bunch.
I love goldfish.
You like certain kinds.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, I can appreciate anything, but I like specific ones. Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
And these fish are from Florida, right, Thomas?
This is a bag of
Oh, wholesaler.
How much worms is that? This is a pound of black worms.
I think he gets them from Seacrest. Is that right?
He might not want to say where he gets them.
Oh, those.
People don't.
Those I thought he said were from the West Coast, and they were having trouble getting them because of the fires, the worms.
I heard the same thing too, but I'm not sure if that's where Seagrass gets theirs.
He's told us before on the streams.
He
Okay.
said they
Well,
normally get
some
the
people
fish
don't
from
want to
Florida.
divulge that.
Right.
It's up to them.
Sorry.
Well, no, but Father Fish says he gets them from Florida.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that right now. We'll put them in here.
Wow. So can those be shipped? Or do they?
Yes.
Like,
They actually like being cold.
okay.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a handful. Thomas has this tub that is set up.
Yeah, this is our black worm
This is
culture.
a black worm culture. So I'm putting some in there.
I know.
Actually,
it doesn't
heavy
vary.
gravel, light sand, and then one of these is coming out of the chiller over there, and the other one is just from a pump.
So will they take off in there and start breeding and everything?
They have been, yes.
Okay.
I know.
Okay,
Put 'em in the
worms, so we keep them cold.
Mhm.
Now we've got a little bit of worm left in the bag, so let's go over here.
Father Fish, can you
These
tell us
are shell
what fish you're
dwellers.
unboxing?
What was that, you guys?
When he does a bag, people are curious what fit, like the bag that he just did. They were asking what those fish were.
He just did goldfish and worms so far, I think.
The first one's in the net. Okay.
Yep, that's all it's been.
Yeah. If you can just, I guess, let them know as you go along. Everybody's just curious.
Yeah, I don't think we've missed anything. Just goldfish.
Okay.
Now we have bettas.
There we go.
Oh, cool.
More bettas. Even low bettas.
Nice.
These are the rabbit snails. It is.
You see how Father Fish is very quick with the bags.
And bags.
Not like, here you go.
That's bettas.
What did she say?
She says you're being quick with the bags.
Those fish are going bam, like are in the
Well,
bell.
I think the timing is a little off. He might not be going quite that fast.
We're getting the signal we get.
Yeah.
All right, so here's better. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this. This is, what is this? This is black orchid crown tails.
Oh, that's the one I had, and he lost all his color. I love that color.
1, 2. There we go. Black orchid crown tails.
Oh wow,
Gorgeous, gorgeous,
Very nice.
gorgeous.
Now,
that's good.
Oh, that one's really pretty. Oh, they're gorgeous.
I'm going to
How old are the bedders that you get, Father Fish?
They don't look all that wonderful. This one's coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, these are
They look like they had some age on them, Mary.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
white,
They're not
platinum
babies.
white.
Oh, look at that one. I want one of Jess's that she's read in her video.
And it's the crown tail is more like split fin.
That's right, Mad Cat. Overnight shipping's close to $50. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you, Amber. That's what I was wondering. All of my bedders, I got them when they were like 4 months old. They were little.
That's what I was thinking too, Amber.
Yeah.
You know, they're not
Hey,
like
there's
5
two
months
in
old.
there. Look at that.
Oh,
What's wrong
Lord.
with that little guy? Are they gonna fight? Don't put 2. You'll get banned from YouTube.
I know.
Yeah.
You have to change your name.
Focus on what I'm doing.
What size tanks are those? Are they 5 gallons?
They're about 1 gallon.
Oh, they're only ones. Okay.
Yeah.
But they're
They look bigger though, but they're like little cubes.
When he zooms in, it looks like a 5.
Yeah,
It's a nice setup for them.
it really is.
Mhm.
That's an awesome setup.
You don't see that in a lot of stores. They can't
Okay,
take the
these
space.
are
And they're all planted.
And I
These
think
are
it's the
half
shop
moon.
lights.
Yeah, these are all planted. These are all half moon bedders.
Oh, I gotta go look on my TV.
All right. These are crown tail pearl scale. One, two. I just put one in there yet.
Hello, guys. We lost Thomas, it looks like. I don't know if they know we lost Mary.
Well, hope
Thomas dropped off.
Mary just went to watch her TV. She's not lost,
Yeah, I'm right here.
but hopefully
Well, we
Thomas
lost his
realizes
signal.
he's dropped off.
Yeah.
And then he has to reboot.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Okay.
But we lost Thomas, and I don't know if they know.
Well, I
yet.
know when he gets back there, he loses internet signal, so he might have lost signal.
But I don't know how long it'll take him before he realizes
Right.
he's
Right.
gone.
Yep, that's
Or
good.
if he realizes he's gone.
Oh, this is what happens when I try to fix my camera here.
Okay.
Well, hello,
There he
Thomas.
All right.
Perfect.
We
At
talked
least you
to,
knew.
Okay, there, we got it.
Next
Yeah,
time.
you knew.
You're back on, Thomas.
Very
Thank
good.
you, Thomas, for doing this. This is awesome.
Oh, no.
Thomas, does he have any other betta jars?
What
Besides
do you mean?
Does he keep
Like just individual jar setups.
He's got some of the 5 gallon ones underneath. We can show you.
Does he still keep the jars?
There's a bunch of jars out back. We don't have any fish in them anymore.
Yeah, I don't think he does now since he's got the barracks.
Is that up?
Yeah.
How many beddings can you
Why are we
keep?
not? Okay, so how do I make
For
those?
real. I hope you're feeling better for real, Monica.
All right.
Thomas, can you make Father Fish big?
I'm working on
We're
it.
trying.
Sorry.
Trading places. I'm Thomas again. He's Father Fish again.
Like Benjamin Button.
There.
Right. Try this again.
Hi, Nicole Rowe. Nice to see you here. I think that's somebody new.
All that
Nicole?
resulted from me trying to zoom in the camera.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Y'all see how incredible this store is?
So these
Oh, yeah.
And this is,
crown-tailed dragon scale.
oh, I want to see that.
I think we've got 4 of them.
I want to check this out.
One there. I haven't got them out yet. I think we need to go around the other side.
For real, likes your hair, Thomas.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, Tisha, I see that. She got her planning tweezers in. You're going to be having fun, Tisha. Now, y'all, this is his incredible fish room. There's the jars back there.
What's that, Chalupa?
Thomas, can you hear me?
Talking to Nicole. Oh, yeah. All the
I don't
fish
think he can hear you.
individually are so...
It is cool, isn't it, Nicholas? It's so cool. It's beautiful.
Even like a female crown tail will have a different
Isn't
personality.
that right, GRB? I'd never leave.
Identical fish.
Well, the thing is, I think he has so many fish hiding in those tanks. It would take
Oh,
you all
gosh.
day to get through them.
But he could do a tank a day. I mean, we've got the time.
5. Somebody down there. That's just the stone. 6, 1, 2. All right. Well, let's get these in.
His father fishes exercise.
Yeah.
Regular crown-tail males.
Amber.
I know.
Not-
I do.
not
I
the
still do
tweezer
better
war.
using my hands than the tweezers. I start with the tweezers and then I just end up doing it with my hands.
Yeah. It took me a while to get the hang of it, the way it goes down, like if you know, drain the
I know.
water out and just have the wet sand. I finally got it where I can get them in there pretty good.
I still end up doing at least half of it with my hands. I get
And I think
frustrated.
it depends on the tweezers too. Mine are kind of cheap. So I think if they were a little better.
I bought a set, Mary. I've got ones with curves and all this stuff, stainless steel, and it's still.
I think mine are like 2 of them on Amazon. There's one of them. Straight one in a slanted them.
One of my quotes that I kept natives in because we're low on natives. I could put them in these tents behind me.
We got the 5 underneath too.
No, I want to put them all in one. Got- Let's see. What's in here?
Molly? You said the
Molly, yeah.
Everybody wants to know.
Let's go to the tip.
What's that?
If there's duckweed in every tank.
What does everybody want to know?
Duckweed in
yes.
every tank?
Yes, there's duckweed all over my camera too.
And on the camera and on Thomas and Father Fish. There's duckweed everywhere.
If you go back and look at his videos, he always has it on his arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
take
the
a
thing
picture of the
about
camera rig and post it to Discord when we're done because I accidentally dipped it in a betta tank and now it's covered in duckweed.
Really? Yeah.
These are all crown-tailed females that are
Oh.
going in
Look at that.
this tank with the glowfish. I've only got 2 glowfish, so I'm not going to much worry about them.
I see a marimo.
No, you don't.
You do. I
So
see
this
a
is
marimo.
instant sorority.
Love
Yeah.
it. That is
Cassie,
nice,
someone
guys.
must have dropped that.
It
mothball.
really is.
There you go, guys. Looking for tank ideas. Some glowfish and a beta.
Oh, yeah.
Looks real good.
Now, these tanks are how big? Are these the 15s or 20s?
15 gallon.
Okay, 15s.
It doesn't look that healthy. It looks like it's dying a
All
little.
right.
Those
So
are
they're all the girls.
wonderful. Look at that. Those are just white skirts, aren't they? Oh, sorry.
Nice. Looking good.
You guys seeing any other little questions as we go along that we can answer?
I've been trying to keep up.
Albino
That's
mystery,
right, Amber.
albino black, and rabbit.
Oh,
Nice.
So all we're going to do here is kind of spread them out.
so how much do you sell the rabbit snails for?
$2.50.
How much?
Never mind. The rabbit snails are $10.
Oh,
Okay, I was gonna say that couldn't be right for the rabbits. They're expensive.
He said $2.50. I think he's talking about the mysteries.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
well, that's a good price for mysteries. Unless
Yeah.
it's blue ones, they cost a little more, and the purple ones you hardly
I
see.
like the blacks. Those are pretty.
Mm-hmm. I like the blacks too.
I still got one mystery snail. One died.
Look at that plant, you guys.
One's going strong.
That's cool.
Wow.
And the rabbit snake.
Notice the net he's got on the intake.
The little socks.
I'm looking at
I think he sells that too.
Rabbit snails.
I wouldn't keep red in my aquarium, but that's just me.
You wouldn't keep what?
The red net. I try to find a
He's talking
white.
about the intake socks. That's just
Oh,
because
oh, I
he's
gotcha,
got
gotcha.
a professional setup there. He's got to have a.
I
Well,
do
yeah.
white or
Yeah.
black.
These are pygmy glories. These are chocolate cichlids.
I'll probably take some of those pygmies.
These are jaguar.
I want the pygmies. Save me pygmies.
Nice.
No.
You want the pygmies, Ken?
Yeah, yeah. Save me the pygmies.
I feel like a little kid at the fish store, like pressing my face against the tanks. I do.
Well,
It's
that's
the
when you
same way I
find the
feel
good
when I get
stuff.
around horses. When I get around animals I love, I can't stand it. It drives me. I love it.
But Mary, that's when
Oh,
you
is
find
that
the good
Swampy's
stuff. You
here?
stand there staring
There's
at
only
it.
We haven't
Yes,
seen
I
him in a
see.
while.
You were robbed for real on your rabbit snail.
These are pygmy glories.
How many do you want, Cassie?
Well, I'm gonna put it in a 20. So probably whatever I can put in there, maybe 6.
These are chocolate
Yeah, you want a little group.
cichlids. On the bottom.
Maybe 8. 6.
Yeah, they're
And then I want to get like a nice decorative
got a Cleon.
Nice.
top fish.
Get them out of here.
I'll
There
make
you
a
go.
top
That'd be pretty.
color fish.
Yeah.
Just having trouble hearing him.
Oh, we need to put the glass back on that. But there's 2 fish choked out the bottom.
Oh, okay.
2 fish jumped out. I kind of heard something like that.
Gina says she has oodles of pygmy cories in her tank, in 2 different tanks.
These are whatever they are. What are they called? Okay.
Pandas.
Pandas, precisely.
We're going to Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to do mix. And rams. These are rams. So the
I've been
rams-
Thomas, we're having trouble hearing Father Fish.
You see what that is?
Can you repeat him?
Yes. Hold on a minute. They can't hear anything you're saying, by the way.
We can't hear me.
We got silver hatchets.
He's in and out.
We have German blue rams. I'm going to show some of these real quick. We got panda cories.
Oh, yeah. Those are nice.
Yeah, those cuties. We have assorted cories.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I'm getting yelled at for not following him.
Oh, you're doing fine.
I'll ask Single Mom. SingleMom.com wants to know if you got any new ranchos.
These are the rams.
Maybe when he holds up the bag, Thomas, just kind of focus on that for a second.
No, it is what it is.
No need to rush it, but unless he just wants to get them in their tanks. Single mom. Hello.
Did y'all get ranchos by any chance? Somebody asked.
Did we get any brand new goldfish at all?
Watching.
No,
You did?
no goldfish, Thomas.
Keyholes, did he say?
I know he got the
Keyhole
feeders, but Father Fish is like a ninja on bagger.
He's all business right now, y'all.
Yes.
And he's,
He wants to get those fish in the tanks.
This is what we want to see.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
what is Corey when what's his friend's name? I forget now. I'm having like a bad senior moment this morning, remembering names.
You're not that much of a senior.
I have like senior brain.
And people wondering about like acclimation. He gets these from a similar water source to his.
Yeah.
All of his tanks are established and been getting them for years. So
He says all the time they're
Yep.
from Florida and they're raised in the well water in
yeah,
Florida.
so he has no problem with.
I think Seagrass Farms, he likes them, and they have big old farms.
And like I said, right now he just wants to get those fish in the tanks.
Hello, abolished.
Maybe he can talk more about them after he gets them.
Right, John. He is.
That's it, he says. We're in.
Did we unbox everything?
I'll go make sure. Why don't you go to your office and answer the question?
Okay.
It was like
No problem.
Thank you, Tom.
That's fine.
Thank you, Thomas.
I'm going to show off some fish real quick. Make sure we handle the bags. All right. Is there anything in specific you guys wanted to see?
maybe the rams and the last few fish that we kind of didn't see.
The only specific question was if y'all got ranchos from singlemom.com.
I don't know. I'll check the invoice. I don't think so.
Yeah, it looked like you just got the feeders, I think.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't think he ordered goldfish this time.
What's
Isn't
that?
it
That's
beautiful?
That looks
Got a
good.
They're
little
pretty.
stool.
That's a beautiful tank.
So you got German blues.
Yes. They're actually the paler of the set is the new ones. I guess they're going to take a little bit to color up.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Oh, not Jimmy. It's Jimmy.
I would just take. Oh, that does his camera work? Yeah.
Thomas needs to do like the Jimmy unboxing, if you could. If they're like relaxed, laid back, and interview style, talking about each fish.
Yeah, but Father Fish wants to get the fish in the tank, so
Yeah.
that's going to be difficult to go that slow and be laid back. I think he'd be certainly willing to talk about him now, but he just wanted to get him in there.
It's such a fun time shooting through this thing. That's the Jaguars. They're not really cooperating.
All right.
Right.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, you were like a ninja in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking Roadrunner would be more appropriate.
Well,
You had some scissors. You were like Edward Scissorhands.
He knows what he's doing, and he knows they got to get in there. Look at those tanks. That's just incredible. I bet those fish get in there and they don't want to be sold. They want to stay there forever.
what he's looking at, Red, those are shell dwellers, Tanganyika shell dwellers in that tank. Those are 29-gallon tall tanks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yoshi. I like that name.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Some of these tanks do not have a lot of fish in them like that one.
There's a few sharks. They're just hiding.
Yeah.
We have a lot of flecos and stuff in these, and
Are those-
snails. And
Are those 20 talls?
They're 29 talls. They're 24 inches wide.
They're nice tanks.
Mm-hmm.
And Father Fish, are you willing to sell any plants out of any of those tanks?
Absolutely.
We
Yep.
can just pick any plant we want.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's what I'm
That's
sitting here doing. I want that one and that one. And I want some of those
Yeah.
rocks.
That one.
Can you imagine the treasures that are in that store?
Oh, I'm sure there's
Just-
plenty. You just can't be in a hurry.
No, I'd plunder.
You're gonna
gotta
find the
look.
treasures.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
still the scats? Is that the scats?
No.
Oh, what are
Those
they?
are cichlid, and I'm
Oh, I
not
see them now.
sure what species they are. They're a Tanganyika.
They're pretty. Do you still have the scats?
No, they're all gone. They're all sold.
Father
All
Fish,
right.
somebody was asking about Ranchu goldfish. You didn't get any in today, but what do you have?
I've got a few ranchos there. Thomas is looking at them,
Okay, cool.
and some Mirandas.
Nice.
And the bottom.
This is a long tank. What's that one? Like a 125?
They're 8 feet long. Yeah, they came out of Shed Aquarium many
That's
years.
an awesome tank.
This is Skippy. He's fine. He's just weird.
Skippy, talking about the angel. He swims on his side.
Poor
Oh,
Skippy. He's skipping.
He eats. He eats a lot.
Is that a mixture of koi and is there koi in there?
No, yeah, there are.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some longfin koi, butterfly,
Say
The
the-
white one, the one on
Yeah,
the
the white
bottom
ones
right
there.
there. Yeah.
Little
About,
blonde, blonde butterflies.
Oh,
Yeah.
pretty.
Cool.
Very good. Thank you, Thomas, very much.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, not
Hello,
me.
Joey.
Get off of me.
Hi, Jerry. All right.
What if he's small?
All right. So how was all that? Was that half an hour? How did we do tonight?
a little
Yeah,
under.
we're on 9:30 or 9:27.
Yeah, did it in under half an hour. Pretty good.
That was fast.
Father Fish.
I think it was 20 minutes.
Okay, Alishan says those cichlids look like, I can't see very well, like P. Malamo, aka
Not
BC10.
standards, actually.
Malawi. I can't
It's
say that word.
still low.
Alishan, I'll butcher it if I try.
You
You might
don't
have
need that more water.
to
We haven't figured out how much water to add on a regular basis. We're trying to get this down to once a week to add water to it, but obviously it's we're not there yet. I'll tell you what, I'm going to send them over with instructions to maximize the water in it, and we'll see how long that lasts. It's just air. It's because the water level is low in the sump. So we do want you to call when you see those bubbles, though. But he'll be over shortly. All right, you bet. Now, what I want you to do is turn the pump off,
and then just fill the
and then fill the sump right up to the rim, all the way to overflowing.
Yeah.
As much water as you can possibly put in it. Then turn the pump back on, and that'll let us know how often we need to go and refill.
Yeah, because I put 5 gallons in, the whole 5 gallons.
And that was yesterday.
It didn't get it all the way up to the line, but it was only half an inch away.
But it shouldn't have.
5 more gallons would have got us to overflow.
It should not have overflowed. We may need to put some kind of governor on that pump. It may simply be putting out too much water. We can put a valve on it.
That'd be the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, get some water over there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Father Fish, everybody enjoyed it, and they're thanking you.
I use this as a Wi-Fi extender, and it worked really well.
Mhm.
Oh, that's what. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Go.
I was just saying everybody enjoyed it, and they're thanking you.
Okay.
I
Yes,
like seeing it.
absolutely.
Well, it
Hey,
was crazy,
Chevy.
but that's really what we do. When we get fish in, those fish have been in the bag since last night. They were packed out last night. They used to pack out at night. They no longer do that. So now they're in the bag maybe 12 hours. before they come to me. So it's important to get them out right away and get them in tanks right away. That water was a little cold. There was no heat pack in the box. There should have been. So, that's a consideration. But the fish can tolerate an increase in temperature better than a decrease in temperature. So putting like those rams that were in probably 75 and putting them in 85 made them more comfortable. But again, it's I try to get them out right away. You notice I did not, the only water I changed was the goldfish because it was really bad. The other water was clear and clean. There was no particular reason to do that. I also know that the water conditions that those fish are coming out of is identical to the conditions they're going in.
Yeah.
The one variation is temperature, and my tanks are all warmer. Um, but the hardness is the same, and the pH is the same. So I don't have to be concerned about trying to adjust the water or adjust them to the water. They're going in the same water they came out of. I've been doing that way for years. I used to acclimate, drip acclimate. Um, I found it really doesn't make any difference. The fish seem to be better off if you don't acclimate, if you simply put them in their target tank. And again, I do not isolate these fish. I know where they're coming from. I know what their condition is. I look at the fish before I put them in to make sure there's not something wrong. And there rarely is. And I simply put them in the tank. And I do not have a problem doing that. I do not get disease. I do not have dead fish. It simply does not create a problem. All right, what else?
Right.
I think that's it. Just we're all agreeing with Chevy and Chalupa and all of us about it's better to see the fish in the tanks. That makes it a lot nicer than just looking at them through the bag.
Yeah.
Well, unless you get a good shot of them in the bag.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Hard to say, it's hard to get a good shot of a fish in a plastic bag.
So that was
So you said that they're quarantining their fish or medicating them before they get to you, right?
Yeah, but these fish are all quarantined. That's the nature of their system. They have a quarantine system. So all of their fish are quarantined when they come in. And they're in there for several days. It's not like a week. They're in there for 2 or 3 days before I get them. They typically come in on the weekend, and I get them on Tuesday. So it's like 2 to 3 days, depending on when they came in.
They have a whole.
They have a whole. That's right. If their fish are not healthy, they do not ship them. Right. If their fish are sick, if they're dying, if they're weak, if there's a problem, they will not ship. They only ship healthy fish. So I can depend on getting healthy fish. That makes a world of difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. And I think Life with Pets did a really nice tour of Seagrass on one of her videos. She went in there and you got to see everything that they're doing and how they're quarantining their fish and taking.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's an amazing system. Yeah. I don't think anybody does it any better.
No, they haven't done.
I mean, I don't have the link, but it's a good video to watch if you haven't.
Well, did she show the medicated pumping system?
She did a whole factory tour. It was really good.
Their pumping system is amazing. They have a room, about a 10 by 10 room, that has hundreds of valves in it, coming off of medicated containers of water, and they pump precise amounts into each system. These are not individual tanks; they're systems of tanks. There may be 20 tanks in a system that feeds in and then goes back to a central sump and gets recycled. Their filtration is all um, fluidized sand beds, and these are big 500-gallon fluidized sand filters. Just a really remarkable system.
Well,
The
there's
link.
a reason they're the #1 wholesaler in this country
Yeah, right. Exactly.
because they've got it locked down.
There you go, guys. Here, I just sent the link to her tour. The 16-minute video, behind the scenes tour at Seagrass Farms.
Cool. We'll watch that. Oh yeah, there, Cassie. Thank you for the link. Alrighty.
Question. Well, there was one question, real quick. Gina says, "What about the different waters, like coming from soft to hard or hard to soft scenario? Do you still plop and drop?"
I don't have water coming. I don't have fish coming out of salt water.
Yeah.
Well, what's your recommendation?
You're keeping
I
fish.
think
What
she's asking.
Yeah,
If you're going from hard to soft.
hard to soft is different from soft to hard. Hard to soft, you need, if they're in hard water, you do not want to put them in soft water. If they're in soft water, you can put them in hard water without any acclimation. Never go hard to soft. Never go alkaline to acid. Never. It will kill the fish almost every time. If you need to acclimate, spend at least a week acclimating. Drop a half a degree a day until you hit your target. It's going from hard to soft is one of the most effective ways to kill fish there is. If you want to put a fish down, put it in, and it's in hard alkaline water, put it in soft acid water. It'll kill it in minutes. So never go hard to soft. You can always go soft to hard. Exceptions are, for example, um, licorice gouramis, chocolate gouramis, any of the other Borneo fish, all of which are wild caught, all of which are coming out of very low pH, very soft water, died in the atrium. Oh, really?
It's still warm. Yeah.
It's an old one, I guess.
Or it flew through the window.
Oh, you think?
I think so, because it's just happened.
Huh. That's unusual.
I
Broke
know.
its neck, probably.
Yeah.
We're
Good
talking
morning,
about
Betsy.
a bird that it's Betsy.
Yeah.
You want to come?
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Betsy.
Yeah.
She has a little. What do we?
Morning, Beth.
So what's it?
Oh,
A little male parakeet that.
Yeah.
It's one of the old birds. This has been around
it's
a
an old
long
one,
time.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. We've had him for years.
This
And
might have been his time.
He
how
just.
long do they live? They
Yeah.
live quite a while.
Yeah.
They don't live long as like parrots and stuff do, but they live
Oh,
what, 20,
God, no.
20 years?
No. Yeah.
No, they're like 5 years, 10 years.
Oh,
maybe.
okay, I'm way off.
That's a
Okay,
male. See the markings on him? That's
Yeah.
a male.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very mature beak. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoop,
yeah,
kidding.
he's big.
There it is. Yeah. Pretty bird.
Yeah.
Well, that's sad.
I know.
We have a lot of his progeny in there. Then.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
going to say, has he been a daddy?
Family line will live on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is.
Been around the block a time or two. Did he have
What-
a name?
No, we don't name the birds. Too many of them.
Only Skippy.
Just a funny fish.
That's a fish, right? Yeah.
No one's
That-
heard of that one.
Mad Cat says R.I.P.
Yeah.
All
Got
right.
a few of those. Yeah.
Morgan, are you still hanging in here with us?
We did good. We talked about ick today, water lily bulbs, drip acclimation. We had the fish unboxing, and then we talked about
Yes.
pop and flop.
Doesn't get any more exciting than that. That's cool.
Good
Right.
day.
All right. What shall we play here? We need to do Christmas, don't we?
Christmas.
Christmas. Let's see.
Well,
We
Father
got-
Fish,
Yeah,
when are you gonna sing an actual Christmas song?
an actual
pressure.
Christmas song. I need a
Actual
one.
Christmas song.
Well, I've got one. I do.
Do you?
I do my Fish Shoal song.
Well, I know. I'm just
Shall we
teasing
do?
you about a Christmas song.
I know you. Same time you do yours, Joey.
Okay. Yeah, but you can just sing yours without the video. That's the thing.
That's true. Well, you can too. All right, what are we doing here? Let's get.
Dead
Here
French here. He wants to hear Grinch, I'm sure.
You know what? It's exactly what I've got.
You're a mean one. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a sea urchin. You're as charming as an eel. Mr. Silver Dollar, you're a bad banana. You have angels in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a sea crocodile. Mr. Silver Dollar, you're a foul one. Friends, they're a wolf pack. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot net. You're a monster. Your heart's an empty hole. You've got garlic. You've got garlic in your soul. All them fins, I shredded them. All them angel fish, I took them down. You can ask Father Fish. I don't play around. Ew. Who's this mean fishy with his scales all silver and his eyes all black? You're a monster. Your heart's an empty hole. You've got garlic. You've got garlic in your soul. All them fins, I shredded them. All them angel fish, I took them down. You can ask Father Fish. I don't play around. Ew. Who's this mean fishy with his scales all silver and his eyes all black? La la la. What you so mean for? Halloween coming around and we ain't knocking at your door. Bad silver dollar. Bad silver dollar. Oh, we captured that on tape. Bad silver dollar. Need to do the hand puppet.
Right.
Bad silver dollar. Bad silver dollar. I'm like a little more mean than others.
Well, these
Bad
were.
silver dollar. It might be Grinch music.
We'll have to find it. And
Conquest.
we'll have to find it and send it to him. All right, ladies. Thank you all, guys. Bless you all. Have a great day. See you this evening around. Bye for